As you find yourself in your seated pose, taking a moment to acknowledge that you're safe here, making any adjustments to help with that. Maybe closing the door or locking the door, or cuddling yourself in some way back to your mat so that we can begin to unwind and hone back in. To the stillness of mind and fluidity in the body. And however this week was for you and the challenges that you faced or you didn't face. Just remembering that this practice helps us cultivate that pause and stillness before reaction and our inner resilience. And let's take a few deep breaths, clearing out, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth, big sigh, audible breath. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale, big breath, filling up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Option to close the mouth, exhaling through the nose. Big breaths here, 3 or 4 more. Take it at your own pace, filling up, emptying out. Breathing with intention, big, powerful breath. On your next inhale, sweep the arms wide, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center, breath out. Twice more. Inhale, arms wide, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands to heart. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, bow the head down. A few breaths here. Each time you exhale, pull the belly in strongly. Feel the abs contract. And send your mind's gaze or your focus to your core, towards your belly button. Slowly lowering your hands, letting your eyes open. Welcome, glad you're here. We'll rock forward to tabletop. You can take a few hip circles or cat-cow as we work our way up towards standing. So maybe just a few circles, a few cat-cows. And then when you're ready, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, find that down dog shape. And start to walk your feet forward towards the top of your mat. So coming into forward fold. Feet about hip width distance, toes point forward. Bend your knees, let your belly come close to your thighs. Head hangs down. A few deep breaths here. You can reach for opposite elbows, or if you're feeling more active, slide your hands underneath your feet. Pull upper body to lower body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands hanging down, arms towards the floor. Root back to your heels, shift your weight back. Pull pull your belly in slowly, ragdoll yourself to standing. So take your time as you come all the way up. Hands coming onto your hips. Shift your weight into your right leg, and then lift your left heel up. Lift your left heel up. Rotate your left knee out towards the left. Rotate your left knee out towards the left. So the ball of the left foot's gonna stay on the floor. The right leg is straight and strong. You're rotating this left knee out towards the left as much as you can while keeping your hips squared forward. I'm gonna change my direction so you can see me a little better. There you go. So rotating that left knee wide, hips squared, straight forward, top of the mat. Left hand comes behind your left thigh, and you're gonna press your left leg back into your left hand. Trying to keep a nice tall posture, strong right leg as you externally rotate that left hip out. Left leg rotating towards the left, pressing the left leg back in to the left hand. And then just back that off. And one more time, firm the right leg, press the left leg back into the left hand. Press the left hip bone forward. So left knee back, left thigh back, left hip forward, hips square at the short edge or front edge of your mat. Good, then back that off. Now lift your left knee up. So bend the left knee up, leg lifts from the floor, and open the left leg again to the left. So same pose as before. Now we're in this Captain Morgan, strong Captain Morgan. Left foot is flexed, left leg from the floor. Right leg strong and straight, pressing the left leg back into your left hand. Try to keep your hips squared forward. And begin to step your left foot to the back of your mat. So coming into a warrior stance. Back foot at a 45, bend into your front knee, hands onto your hips. A little bit shortened stance here. Now bend into the back knee as well. So both knees are bent in your warrior. Your tailbone is gonna tuck under, tucking the tail, pull the belly in, and get your shoulders right over your hips. Now hips point to the top left corner of your mat or of the room, opening at about a 45-degree angle rather than in normal warrior two where we flush the hips to the long edge of the mat. So open up your hips towards that top left corner of your mat, root into both heels and squeeze your heels towards one another, like you're really trying to scrunch up the mat underneath you. So we're trying to reset our hips here, tucking the tail, keep that right knee wide, make sure it's tracking in line with your middle toe. Breathe in. Breathe out as strong as you can. Squeeze the heels together. As you hold that squeeze, press to the outsides of your feet at the same time. Widening your knees. Tuck the tail. Pull the belly in. Squeeze those heels together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Warrior one. Arms circle up. Reaching towards the sky. Square the hips forward now to the front of your mat. Press to the outsides of both feet. Let your tail drop down like it's reaching to the floor. Bend deeper into the front knee, find your lunge. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, hands come down, frame your front foot. Back heel will spike. Lift that back heel up and sink your hips a little lower. Maybe the left foot scoots back further, elongating your stance. Left hand plants underneath the left shoulder. Right hand can come to the top of your right thigh or to the sky as you twist to the right. Breathe. Deep breaths here. 3 full breaths. Firm the back leg. Drop the hips. Rotate the rib cage. Maybe eye gaze looks up towards the sky. Take the right hand back down. Shift your weight forward. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Hands to your shins. Pull your heart forward, your shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold in, round in, forehead towards your shins. Bend the knees. Root to rise, arms wide. Stand all the way up. Breathe in, hands to heart center. Breathe out. Shifting your weight now into the left leg, bend the right knee and pop the right heel up from the floor. Rotate the right knee wide to the right. Right hand comes behind your right thigh. Press that right leg back into your right hand. Lift your posture, lift your chest as you press the right knee back. Keep that right hip bone pressing forward in the opposite direction so that your hips stay squared at the top of your mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Back it off a little bit so you don't need to press into that right hand anymore. Good, and then you're gonna re-engage and press back into the right hand last time. About 8-second hold here as you press the right thigh back into the right hand, letting that right knee rotate to the right as much as it will allow while keeping this right hip squared forward. Good, back that off. Now last time, lift the right knee up from the floor. Good, so right knee bent, lift it from the floor and then open that right knee wide to the right. So same thing, but now you're standing on this one leg and pressing right leg back into right hand. As you stand up tall, proud, firm, the standing leg, flex the right foot, press that right knee back further. Press the right hip forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Begin to step your right foot to the back of your mat. So coming into that warrior stance, a little bit shorter maybe. Back foot's at a 45. Hands onto your hips and then open them towards the 45 angle or the top right corner of your mat. Bend into your back knee, so both knees are bent. Tuck your tailbone, very important. Scoop that tailbone under, pull your belly button in and back towards your low back, almost feeling rounded through your upper body. Now squeeze the heels strongly together, as strong as you can. Pull those heels towards center, like you're pulling them at your tailbone. Excuse me. Then press to the outside edges of both of your feet. Try to widen your knees and pull in, press out. Find your breath. Good, holding this a little longer. Squeeze those heels together. Send that left knee wider without adjusting your foot. Press to the outside of your feet, tuck the tailbone. Breathe in, breathe out. Warrior one, arms circle to the sky. Square your hips forward now, looking forward. Press down into the outer edge of the right foot. Shift your hips forward. Reach forward, reach up, lift your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands down, freeing your front foot. Spike the back heel. Let your hips drop down further. Separating your legs, firm your right leg again. Spike that back heel. Right hand plants underneath your shoulder. Left hand onto your left thigh as you twist to the left, or left hand to the sky, reach up. Hug your shoulder blades towards one another. Press the crown of your head forward. Keep your breath going and twist into your core. Take the left hand back down to the back. Shift your weight forward, step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, round in. Bend your knees, root to rise, arms wide, stand all the way up, breathe in. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, arms sweep up, back bend here. Press the palms together, lock the thumbs, take your time. Hips press forward, lift your chest, hug your shoulders back once more, open up the heart. Lean your body weight back towards your heels. Reach your eye gaze as far as you can behind you. Find your breath. Lift through center, take your time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to forward fold, bend your knees. Let your head hang. Step your feet back, down dog, back of the mat. Resetting here. Relax through the neck. Let your heels sink. Pull your low belly in. Press your tailbone up and back. Hug those lower floating ribs to your core. Breathe in, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, slow lower all the way to your belly. Bending your elbows, slowly lowering down. Root your feet, breathe in, lift your chest, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Pause here. Good. So you're in your baby cobra setup. Tops of the feet are pressing down, legs squeezing together. Shoulder blades hugging back and down towards your hip bones. Then root through your hips, press your pubic bone down. Start to lift your chest, float your hands from the floor, and twist your eye gaze towards the right. Lift the right shoulder higher. Look over that right shoulder, twisting towards the right. Keep pressing your belly down, root through your core, press your feet to the floor. Come back through center, stay lifted, look forward, and begin to look towards your left, twisting your shoulders towards the left, lifting the left shoulder higher. Begin to root back to your belly button, press it down, press the pubic bone down. Feel this elongation on both sides of your torso as your chest reaches forward and up. Come back through center, keep holding the chest up. Press the feet down again, squeeze the legs together, push the belly button down, lift, lift, lift your chest. And slow lower all the way down. Rolling onto your right side. You're gonna come onto the right forearm, onto your side body. So left leg will stack on top of the right. Right forearm is parallel to the top of your mat. Right elbow directly under the right shoulder. Then allow your right ribs to start to hang down towards the floor, like you're shrugging your right shoulder. Let that right shoulder lift towards your right ear and drop the right ribs towards the floor. Then lift the right ribs away from the floor, lift out of your right shoulder, press down through your right forearm. Take that motion a few times. Let your ribs dip, your shoulders shrug. Lift your ribs, lift out of your shoulder, press down through your arm. Maybe link that movement with your breath. Exhaling as you lift the ribs, inhaling as you shrug down. Good. Now find a place that's halfway between. So you're not shrugged and you're not collapsed. You're right between, and then pull those right ribs in and up. Good. Rotate your left toes up towards the sky. Lift that left leg high. Good. Maybe you can catch onto your left foot and press up through the ball of the foot. Check in with that right side, lift those right ribs, press down through the right forearm, firm your bottom leg. Slowly release that right leg back down, down to the floor. And lifting up your hips, coming into side plank. Left arm can reach up towards the sky. Forearm plank, either way is good. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe rotate those left toes. Can you lift that left leg? Good, lower the left leg back down. Come back down onto your forearms, facing forward. Sphinx pose, breathe in, breathe out. Now rolling to the other side, come onto your left forearm. I'm gonna switch directions here. Good, now laying on your left side, left forearm, a few shoulder shrugs. Lift those left ribs up, and then drop the left ribs down. Let your shoulder head hug towards your left ear. as you drape those left ribs down towards the floor, and then lift the ribs away from the floor, lift up out of that left shoulder. Getting some freedom through the shoulder, through the blade, resetting, breathing in, breathing out. Good, now find a space halfway between. So lift the ribs away from the floor, push into that left forearm, draw your belly in. Rotate the right toes to point towards the sky. Rotating leg within hip socket, then lift that right leg up. Keep lifting up through the left ribs. Maybe the right hand can catch onto that right foot. Then maybe grab the big toe. You can always bend the knee if you want to try catching the foot and pressing through, or you can hold that right leg in the air. You don't have to grab onto the foot. If you have the foot push through the ball of the foot and the heel, the whole foot lifting towards the sky, lift those left ribs away from the floor again. Try to keep your right hip stacked over your left. Breathe in, hug that right shoulder down and back. Breathe out. One more breath here. With control, releasing the foot, slowly lowering that right leg back down to the back, lifting up your hips, coming into side plank. Lift the hips up, lift those left ribs up, right hand towards the sky. Rotate your right toes up towards the sky. Can you lift that right leg? Slowly lower the right leg back down. Set your hips down. Roll forward, Sphinx pose. Forearms down to the mat. Chest lifts. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands come underneath your shoulders, lowering all the way down. And then tuck your toes. Breathe in. Push up. Plank pose. Down dog. Hips go up and back. Looking left, looking right. Looking forward to the top of your mat. Bend your knees, step forward or hop forward. Breathe in, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, round. Bend your knees, root to rise, arms wide, stand all the way up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale to your back, bend arms up. Exhale, hips forward, lift your chest. One breath here in your back bend, go a little deeper. Reach back, look back. Inhale, lift through center. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale to half lift, lengthen. Exhale to round, fold in. Step your feet back, down dog, breathe in. Exhale, settle in, breathe out. Slowly lower your knees down to the mat. The knees lower, coming to tabletop or all fours, hands and knees. Lift your left knee out towards the left side. Left knee lifts out. Good, flex the left foot. Take a few circles here with the left knee in the air. Try to keep your hips stable and just move the left knee or left leg within the hip. So keeping your hips squared to the floor, rotating left leg within hip, and then switch that direction. Good. Lift the left knee out, straight to the left, hold here. And then begin to draw your left knee towards your left elbow. Bend your left elbow as much as you need to connect. Left knee, left elbow, squeezing together. Press the floor away, pull your belly in, hold. Left knee, left elbow. Step your left foot towards the outside of your left hand. Lizard pose, hands down. Relax your hips. You can stay right here, or you can lengthen that right knee back a little further, elongating your stance. You always have the option to bend your elbows or to lower down towards your forearms. Wherever you are, feel your chest and your heart pull forward. Relax around your neck. Let your shoulders drop. Squeeze into your right buttock, helping to press the right hip forward, opening the front of your right hip. Press down into your left foot. Keep that left knee tracking forward. Unless you'd like to open that left hip, that's fine as well. Letting your left knee peel out, left foot peels out from the floor. Good. If you're lowered down, come back up onto your hands and bring the right knee back underneath your right hip so you're 90-90 in your legs. Lift up your left heel, kick that left leg back, straight at the back of your mat. Reach the right arm forward, left leg back, right arm forward, breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee, round in, tuck your chin. Inhale, lengthen out. Reach forward, kick back. Exhale to round in, pull the belly in, chin to chest. Once more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale to round. Right hand down, left heel kicks to the sky. And so left heel is kicking up to the sky. Hold here. Pull your belly in, kick, kick, kick. Good, so you can stay right here or take the right hand, reach back to the outer edge of your left foot. Right hand to the back, outer edge of your left foot. Kick the left heel high, open that right shoulder back. Look slightly forward, draw your belly in and use it to guide your pubic bone up and back. Slowly, let your left knee lower, right hand lower, shift back, child's pose. Knees together or wide, belly down towards your thighs, arms reach forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Downward facing dog, breathe in, shift forward. Tuck the toes, exhale, hips up and back. Look forward between your hands, bend your knees. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, round. Bend the knees, chair pose, arms up. Inhale. Sit into chair, exhale. Stand all the way up, straighten out your legs. Side bend up and over to the right. Right hand can grab the left wrist, push the hips to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale through center, straighten out. Side bend to the left. Press your hips to the right. Left hand can grab the right wrist. One more breath here, in and out. Inhale through center, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, half lift. Tilt the weight to your toes. Exhale, round in, fold, pull the belly button in. Step your feet back, down dog, inhale. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, high plank, shift forward. Exhale, slow lower, bend your elbows all the way down to your belly. Lower knees, belly, and chest. Inhale, baby cobra, root your feet, lift your heart, look forward. Exhale, slow lower. Tuck your toes, push up, plank. Down dog, hips up and back. Lower your knees, tabletop, all fours. Inhale, cow pose, tailbone up, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round your back, cat pose, tail tucks. Inhale, heart forward, tail lifts, look forward. Exhale, round in, chin tucks, belly in. 3 more. Move at the pace of your own breath. Back to neutral tabletop. When you're here, just notice if your belly starts to sag down towards the floor or your low back is hanging, pull your belly in just enough to support that low back space. Then lift the right knee straight out towards the right side. Then lifting your right knee out towards the right, take those circles with the right knee, moving the right leg within the hip socket. Try to keep your hips generally square to the mat. So you're not opening up that right hip, but rather moving the leg within the hip, breathing deep. Then switch that circle direction as you move the right knee. Stay strong in your arms, pull the low belly in, push the floor away. Right knee lifts straight out to the right, holding that right knee in the air best you can to the right side. Pull the belly back in, flex the right foot strongly. Begin to shift that right knee forward, bend your right elbow as much as you need to, and touch. Right knee, right elbow. Hold those points together, breathe in, breathe out. Stepping your right foot to the outside of your right hand, lizard pose. Relax here as you breathe. So you can stay in this 90-90 shape and hang down. Your hips can shift back a few inches if you take this variation. If you want the more traditional, you can lengthen the left knee back. So you're elongating the front of your left hip. Elongating your stance. And then to lower down, you can always bend your elbows so you keep your shoulders squared at the mat. Or you can lower down on your forearms, but you might not be quite square, and that can offset your spine and your hips. Your choice, just noticing what's happening here for you in the pose. Find a place that feels integrous, that feels like you can hold, and then breathe here. Wherever you are, pull the eye of the chest forward, relax the shoulders away from your ears. If the stance is long, squeeze that left buttock to help press your left hip forward. 2 more breaths. And coming back up onto your hands if you're not there. And then help the left knee forward again, bring it underneath your left hip. So you're 90-90 with your legs. Pick up your right heel from the floor and begin to move the right leg back in space, kicking the right leg straight back, keeping it lifted from the floor. Pull the belly in, reach the left arm forward, breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee, breathe out. Round in. Inhale, lengthen forward, kick back. Exhale, round in. Twice more, breathing in, reaching forward, kick back. Exhale, keep pushing the floor away as you round. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Reset your left hand to the floor, kick that right heel to the sky. Try to kick the right heel straight up from the right knee, lifting the right knee up towards the sky. And then pull your belly in and try to guide your pubic bone back and up. You can stay here or left hand reaching toward the outside edge of the right foot. And then kick, kicking the right heel up, opening that left shoulder. Drive the tailbone back down. Good, slowly unwind, left hand down, right knee down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog, breathe in, breathe out. Walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming to the top of your mat. This time, heel toe your feet a little wider, about mat width distance, and interlace your hands towards the base of your skull. Toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Knees pressing wide without moving your feet. Widen through your sit bones, let your tail lift. Pull your low belly in for support, let the head hang. 4 full breaths here. Let your hands hang back down to the earth. Good, so on your palms or on your fingertips, start to flatten out your back, like you're half lifting, and then press your hips left and right, just shimmying your hips side to side here. Legs will stay straight or mostly straight. Try to move the pelvis independently of your legs, shimmying those hips side to side, freeing up that movement. Feeling your breath move in and out with your hips rocking side to side. Good, now heel toe your feet back to about hip width distance. Bend your knees, half lift, inhale, hands press to shin, heart reach forward. Exhale, round in, fold in. Root to your heels, bend the knees deeper, arms wide, stand up, breathe in. Hands to heart center, breathe out. And shifting your weight into the right leg, draw your left knee up. Open that left knee wide to the left. So you're in the same pose as you started, where you're pressing your left knee back into the left hand. You can stay here, you can add that resistance, pressing back into your hand, or you can reach towards the outer edge of the left foot with the left hand. Firm the standing leg, stand up, lift your chest. Option to kick through the left leg, press through the ball of the foot, firm the standing leg, opening the left leg wide. And begin to re-bend your left knee. With control, set the left foot back down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight into your left leg, bend the right knee up. Open that right knee wide to the right. Now you can stay here. You can press the right knee back into the right hand. Or you can slide that right hand on the inside of your right leg to the outside of your right foot. Stand yourself back up tall, firm the standing leg. Maybe you kick through the right leg, extending it long, pressing through the ball of the foot. Stand up tall, firm that standing leg, breathe in. Hug the right shoulder back, breathe out. With control, bend the right knee again. Start to lower the right foot to the floor. Inhale, arms sweep up. Cactus your arms. Back bend. Hold those cactus arms. Press your hips forward. Squeeze the heart towards the sky, hugging those shoulder blades and elbows back. Inhale, lift through center, straighten out, reach up. Forward fold, let it go. Come all the way down. Step your left foot towards the back of the mat, short stance, straight legs. Short stance, so 3 or 4 feet of space, folding over that right leg. Heels are about on one line, maybe feet a little wider than that. Send your right hip up and back, drop your left hip down and forward. You can always take both hands onto the right shin, onto the front shin. and lift about halfway. Wherever you are, scoot the hips back in space, elongate the heart forward, and start to fold over your front leg. Maybe you drape down, forehead to the right shin. Maybe you interlace your hands behind your back, or reach for opposite elbows as you fold. Hands down, switching out your feet, step forward, bend the front knee, step the left foot up, step the right foot back, short stance, 3 or 4 feet. Straightening out your legs, maybe both hands come onto the left shin, lifting you about halfway, scoot your hips back in space, heart forward, or coming down a little bit further here. As the left hip goes up and back, the right hip drops down and forward. Maybe interlacing your hands at your low back or reaching for opposite elbows. Good. Hands down, step both feet back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. And start to walk your feet forward. Coming into yogi squat, wide stance, feet as wide as your mat, toes turn out. Bend your knees and start to squat down. Remember, you can always come halfway here where your spine is parallel to the floor. Or dropping your hips all the way down, hands to heart center, widen the knees, press to the outer edges of your feet, lift through your chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. Arms forward, reach forward, and begin to sit back. Good, finding your seated pose. And let's take spinal twist. So bending up your left knee, bring your left heel to the outer side of your right hip. Bring your right foot over the top of your left knee. You can pause for a moment here, hugging onto that right knee and sitting up tall. Adding in your twist, right hand towards the base of your spine. Breathe in, reach your left arm up. Left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh. Twisting to your right, look back over your right shoulder. Take your time, unwind, switching out the crossing of your legs. Right heel to the outside of your left hip. Left foot steps over the top of your right knee. Legs crossed. You can hold the top leg as you settle into your hips, letting your sit bones drop down. Breathing in, breathing out. Left hand to the base of your spine. Breathe in, reach the right arm up. Elbow to the outside of the knee, twisting towards your left. Try to broaden across the front of your chest, hugging both shoulders back, resetting them onto your back body. Relaxing through your hips, twist all the way up the spine, drawing your gaze behind you. Push your low belly down to help anchor your hips, and then lift through your heart space. Rotate your chin back a little further. Begin to unwind, uncross your legs, and roll onto your back body. As you roll down, walk your heels in towards your buttocks, hands down to your sides for bridge pose. Hug the shoulders back, Rocking them onto your back, feeling more like you have one shoulder blade than two plates. Anchor through the heels as you lift your hips. Keep rooting through your shoulders as well. Tuck your tail, open the front of the hips to the sky. Keep the balls of your feet rooted so you feel that inner thigh line engage. Squeeze your heels back towards your shoulders towards your heels. Reach out your kneecaps, tuck your tail. Breathe in, lift your hips a little higher, and slow roll down. Hips coming all the way back to the mat. Bend your knees in towards your chest, and then kick the legs up towards the sky. So hands can be near the sacrum for support, or hands can be out into a V position. Kicking up through your heels, cross your right leg over your left. Then pull your low belly in and press up through your heels. Little tailbone curls here. So there's really little to no movement, just an inch or two of movement. As you curl your tailbone up towards the sky, you press your low back down, pull your belly in. Then relax that motion. And one more time, kick up through your heels, pull your belly in. Relax and press, curling and releasing, squeezing your legs together. Switch out the crossing of your legs, left leg over the right. Elongate the back of your neck. Feel your tailbone curl under, curl up. Breathe in, breathe out. Unwind your legs, draw your knees into your chest, and give yourself a hug. So you can reach behind the knees or over the top of your knees. Try to hug your shoulders to the earth. Let your neck relax back. Your tailbone pushing down towards your mat as your knees pull into your chest. As you breathe in, let your belly expand towards your thighs. As you exhale, pull your knees into that space created by your breath. Lower both feet to the mat, knees still bent. Bring your right ankle to the top of your left knee and start to draw your left knee in for a supine figure four or supine half pigeon. As you make that figure four, you can grab your hands and bring them onto your right shin as you pull in, or you can thread your hands behind your left leg, drawing back. You can also extend the left leg long, and some of you that are pretty open here, you might be able to reach your hands over the top of your right shin, onto your left calf, and pull back. Now shift your hands onto the top of the right shin. So you're holding on this top right leg and start to rock your legs side to side. So you're sort of rolling towards each hip a little bit and allowing your legs to come close to the floor on each side. And then roll all the way to the left side. And let your left knee reach the floor. Let your right foot touch down to the floor on the left side. You've fallen into this twist. Your left leg relaxed to the earth. Your right foot pressing down. Your right knee can either stay pointed at the ceiling or the sky, or it can relax down towards your belly, towards the floor. Your choice. You can keep hold of your right shin with this left hand. And then twist through your core, let your right arm extend to the right. Uncross your legs, unwind your spine, come back through center. Bring the left ankle to the top of your right thigh, draw your knees in, coming into that supine figure four shape. You can hold on the top of the left shin, thread behind the right thigh, or straighten the right leg, and reach for the back of the right calf, pull in. Wherever you are, getting more of your spine to meet the mat, trying to keep yourself evenly weighted across your sacrum. Breathing in, finding sensation, holding there, breathing out. Hands move to the top of the left shin, little rock side to side. Rolling towards your left, rolling towards your right. And on your rock to the right, roll all the way to the right. Let that right knee relax down. Your left foot to the floor. Left arm extends to the left. Relax the left hip back and down. Finding space from the left hip to the left knee. Taking one more full breath in. Exhale, breath out, let it go. Unwind your legs, unwind your spine. Extend one leg and then the other. Hands towards your belly or your sides. Breathe in, let your belly rise. Exhale, belly falls towards the spine. Inhale, heart and chest lift. Exhale, shoulders soften. Breathing in as if into your toes and out of your toes. Breathe in towards your fingertips, out of your fingertips. Feeling your legs soften, your hips sink. Your shoulders roll down and back. Your jaw slacks in. Your tongue drops to the back roof of your mouth. You feel your breath circling your body. The embrace of gravity beneath you. Deepening your breath. Finding a little movement through your fingers, through your toes. Rocking your chin, shoulders, the other shoulder, massaging the back of your head into the mat. Finding some larger movements. rolling to one side, fetal pose, breath in, expanding, breath out, softening down. In your own time, slowly making your way towards a seated pose. As you find your seat, taking a few neck rolls, chin down to the chest, chin towards one shoulder, and then up towards the sky, to the other shoulder, chin back to chest. Some big circles. Switching that circle direction, heading the opposite way. When you're ready, hands to heart center. Breathe, lifting your heart up. Exhale, bowing your head down. Here and now. Feeling your body, feeling your breath. Gratitude. Thank you all. Namaste.